Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and it's a rainy day out there. I got up this morning, had my coffee, put my bike shorts on, got all ready to go for the big bike ride, and started raining. Actually, I think it was raining while I was getting my coffee, and I just didn't notice because I was half asleep. Fairly early in the morning. We go for a bike ride fairly early. Sun's still coming up. Anyway, so I got rained out of that, and we'll see what it does this afternoon. But anyway, it's Monday morning, so I came out. I didn't have a lot of orders there. I had 7 or 8, maybe 9. I think 7 or 8. But some of it was, fairly high-end stuff. 12 centimeter cook kits, which now come with the BIOS, the original BIOS 5 instead of the 6, which I think, for simplicity, lends itself better than the BIOS 6, although I consider the BIOS 6 to be a much more versatile stove. The BIOS 5, just for that 12 centimeter kit, I think is probably a better stove. And I'm waffling on that. Okay, let me see. I want to talk about some more about Mountain House. And then I just drop that one off and move to the next subject. But I have a fair amount of information I want to relay to you. Most of it my opinion. But anyway, to the newbie, including myself at the time, before I did any backpacking, I read all the magazines and looked at everything. And it looked to me, as far as food went, you simply bought a pocket rocket stove, 2 canisters of fuel, 1 to cook with and a backup in case you do have to, because they last a really long time. A titanium pot, comes with a lid, and cigarette lighter, some matches, whatever to light it with. Or if some pocket rockets, I think, come with a lighter right on them, but as a real backup, you could have a cigarette lighter in case the piezo crystal goes in the lighter that's built in. Anyway, hey, once you've got that, so you can boil water, if you got a water bottle, the only thing left is food. Now, my original impression of this from reading what you read on the internet and everything else was, by far the easiest way for a newbie was just, if I was going to be out for 5 days, would just be by 15 Mountain House, 5 breakfast, 5 lunch, and 5 supper, dinner, whatever you want to call it. Fairly lightweight, fairly expensive, but it is for 5 days, and it's for fun, so you can justify it. And that's it. You just get up in the morning and boil some water on your pocket rocket and dump your Mountain House in there and have bacon and eggs or whatever for breakfast. And for dinner, you stop and you have, lasagna with meat. And for supper, you have, I don't know, whatever they got, spaghetti or beef stroganoff or whatever. Life is good. Carry a little trail mix and some peanut butter, and if you really want to go that far. But their mainstay is the Mountain House, and that's what you assume. Okay, then you buy the pocket rocket and the pot and the lid and everything, and you discover that things are not as they seem. Water takes a lot longer to boil than you originally thought. Things are a little bulkier and don't fit in your pack quite the way you thought they did. Things seems to be heavier than you thought. And then there's the Mountain House. Well, just for the heck of it, you decide, for a day, I'm just going to eat Mountain House and just see what it's like, because I'm going to be eating it for 5 days. So you eat breakfast, and it's kind of cool. Tastes pretty good. Not real filling. You eat a little, trail mix along with it, maybe a candy bar, but it's cool. Then for dinner, you have your mac and cheese or whatever, and after breakfast, the mac and cheese is okay. It tastes good, but I don't know, for some reason, it's just, to me, wasn't desirable. For some reason, I didn't feel that great about eating that again. And then for supper, we have beef stroganoff, which is probably their best meal. And by supper time, you really didn't want to eat it. It was like the 3rd dehydrated meal of the day. And it just was something about it that just, I mean, I ate it, but I really, and it tasted good, but there was just something about it. I just didn't crave it, even though I was hungry. I just wanted some real food. Okay. I don't even want to talk about day 2 because I can't eat, 2 days, eat that stuff for 2 days. I just can't do it. Mentally, I can't do it. Maybe some people can. I can't. My body goes, nope, not gonna. No, I'll heat it up, need a little bit of it. Just go, no, I'd rather go hungry. And I've always wondered why that was. So here is, once again, my opinion, which is the truth based on what I know. It may not be completely accurate, but from the best of what I know, it's my opinion, my honest opinion. And people being honest is a rarity, so watch this close. Okay, I wanted to know how in the world beef stroganoff dinner, which the big one, which is 2 servings, it had 22 grams of fat in 1 serving, and it was you eat the whole bag, so you got 44 grams of fat. That's very, very roughly a quarter of a cup of fat. Now, fat is very high calorie, but if you've watched Babelfish 5, his cooking show, and he's been through some hard times and he's changed, but the original Babelfish 5, he always avoided fat in anything he cooked and dehydrated, because if there was fat in it, fat won't dehydrate, and as it's in a bag out on the trail, even though it's airtight sealed, in the heat of the day, just normal ambient air temperature, 70, 80 degrees, the fat will go bad on you. It'll smell bad, taste bad. It'll go rancid, they call it. So I thought, how the heck do they have that much fat in one of those meals, and it's good for 25 years? So I cooked one up and looked at it. Now, anything with fat in it, I don't care whether it's soup or stroganoff, whatever, the fat will rise to the top. Whatever's got the fat in it will rise to the top. Mountain House, nothing rises to the top. How can that be? Fat is lighter than water. It's a water-based meal. You put 2 cups of water in it. The fat should rise to the top. Should be a quarter of a cup of fat on the top. There isn't. So you can't dehydrate fat, because there's no water in it. And all dehydrating is removing water. So I did a lot of studying and went to the Mountain House site, and I see that it says that one of those single serving meals has 34%, that particular one has 34%, 34% of your daily intake of fat. Saturated, non-saturated, whatever, it's not important. I thought, okay, so how many calories from fat? Doesn't seem to list that anywhere. That was my first clue. So what I did was, I typed in dehydrated fat, and I typed in, and slowly over time, from linking how the internet is, I got to powdered cheese. And I thought, well, there you go. Now, how do they make powdered cheese? Because powdered cheese it never goes bad, and cheese is right full of fat. It's made out of milk. And cheese, you put it in a warm environment, and it'll go west on you pretty quick. So how do they make powdered cheese? Well, I believe, with what limited knowledge I have on it, that they put the fat in the Mountain House meals the same way that the companies make powdered cheese. And by the way, powdered cheese is only a